Hello and welcome to the Immanuel Lutheran Lancers, I believe, 6th match. It's either 6 or 7, one of the two. Um, we just finished two straight matches. First one against Osceola, second one against McDonald, and now we play Hudson. The winner of this goes to play in the championship, and there's 4 teams playing each other right now. The winner of those 4, the winner from each of those... Okay, so 2 teams are playing 2 other teams. So the 2 winners will play each other, and then the winner of that game will play the winner of this game in the championship, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure what Hudson's record is for this tournament, but I assume the record has to be pretty close to ours because we're playing them for the championship match after this. So I also am not sure who won the coin toss. If I had to guess, it'd be the Lancers because Scharenbeck is back here and ready to serve. Hudson knocked out St. Croix Central for this spot, and we lost to St. Croix Central. That was, I believe, our second game because they were in our pool. So St. Croix Central is out. We won't have to play them again. But we are playing Hudson, so here we go. Scharenbeck's serve is over. I also did not get to memorize names. Just warning, there. The spike from Larson goes into the net. 1-0, Lancers lead. Scharenbeck to serve yet again for the Lancers. Scharenbeck serve again, not over. Never mind. I was going to say again over. Usually that happens. Score now tied at 1. Gunderson to serve for Hudson. Gunderson's serve does not make it over. 2-1. Lancers now lead by 1. Nauman in for Kazumba. Nelner to serve for the Lancers. Nelner's serve is over. Nice up there from Larson. And lift called on Lockhart. 3-1. Lancers now lead by 2. Nelner to serve yet again for the Lancers. Nelner's serve again over, this time received by Larson. Up from Burns. The spike from Sousa got blocked. Spike over this time from Sumners. Set from Oster and tipped over by Scharenbeck. Set from Burns. Spike from Lockhart. Saved by Kazumba. And Nauman was in the net. 3-2. Lancers lead by 1. Kazumba comes in for Nelner. And Larson will begin serving for Hudson. Blank came in for Lockhart. Larson serve is over. Nice up there from Kazumba. Set by Scharenbeck and spike from Nauman comes up short. Mistimed her swing. Score now tied at 3. Larson will continue to serve for Hudson. Larson serve again over, received by Kazumba. Set from Scharenbeck and spike from Nauman. To go back row, saved by Gunderson. And the spike from Sumners will go off the block and out. 4-3, Lancers now down by 1. Larson to serve yet again for Hudson. Larson serves just over, received by Kazumba, set from Scharenbeck, and spike from Scharenbeck back row. Nice up there from Larson. Set from Burns, and spike from Sousa will go off the block and down. 5-3, Lancers now down by 2. Larson will continue to serve for Hudson. Larson serve is over off Kazumba and out. 6-3, Lancers now down by 3. Larson will continue to serve for Hudson. If I had to guess what that little meeting was about, is because she's able to jump serve using that corner, The Lancers would not be able to do that on this side due to the bleachers being so close. If I had, that would be my guess on what that was. I don't think he made a good enough argument there, so they're going to let it happen. 7-3, Lancers down by 4. Larson still serving. Larson serve is over and out. 7-4, Lancers now down by 3. And Oster will begin serving for the Lancers. Oster serve is over, received by Larson. And spike from Sumners will go down. Well, will be blocked and then go down off the block. 7-5, Lancers now down by 2. Oster will continue to serve for the Lancers. Oster serve again over. This time received by Gunderson. And Burns will be unable to put that up. 7-6, Lancers now down by 1. Oster will continue to serve. Oster serve is over, received by Larson, set by Burns, and spike from tipped over by Sumners, received by Kazumba, set by Schambeck, spike from Nauman. That'll hit back corner. Nice spot. Score now tied at 7. Oster will continue to serve for the Lancers. Oster serves over, received by Larson, up from Burns, and spike from Blank will go down off the block from Nauman. Score is now 8-7. Lancers down by 1. Nemero will come in for Souza. Nemero to serve. Nemero serve is over, received by Kazemba, set from Schambeck, and spike from Kazemba outside. Received by Gunderson. Up from Samira, maybe. Set from Schambeck, put over by Nauman. Up from Larson. Tipped over there by Burns, received by Schambeck, set by Kazemba, and bumped over by Schambeck. That'll go to Larson. Set by some Nemero. The name is so weird. I'm probably pronouncing it really wrong. But I got them just before the game started and didn't have time to ask for pronunciations, so. Score not tied at 8. Schambeck to serve for the Lancers. Schaller came in for Kazemba. Schaller's serve is not over. 9-8. Lancers down by 1. Sunnemers to serve for Hudson. Sunnemers serve is over. Miscommunication between Oster and Kazemba. 10-8. Lancers now down by 2. Sunnemers to serve yet again for Hudson. Sunnemers serve does not make it over this time. 10-9. Lancers now down by 1. Nelner comes in for Nauman. Kazemba to serve for the Lancers. Kazemba's serve is over off Sunnemers. Set from Blank. And put over from Blank. No, sorry. Set was not from Blank. Spike from Schambeck. Nice up there. Tipped over by Hall. Received by Schambeck. Set by Schaller. Spike from Nelner. Received by Larson. Set from Nemero. And put over from Burns. Spike from Schambeck is blocked. Kazemba unable to get that up off the block. 11-9. Lancers now down by 2. Lockhart will come in for Larson, and Blank will begin to serve for Hudson. Blank serve is over, received by Oster, set from Schambeck, and spike from Schambeck, received by Blank, set from Samiro, and put over from Hall, received by Schambeck, set from Kazemba, spike from Schambeck, received by Blank, set from Samiro, and tipped over by Sonnemers, spike from Schambeck, set from Nemero, and that spike from Burns to go off Oster and out of the back. 12-9. Lancers now down by 3. Blank will continue to serve for Hudson. Blank serve is over, received by Kazemba, set from Schambeck, and spike from Schambeck off the block, saved by Schambeck, up from Kazemba. And they said she was too far out for that to be in play. So 13-9, Lancers down by 4. Blank still serving. Blank serve again over, received by Kazemba. Set from Schaller. And just put over by Schambeck, received by Lockhart. Set up by Numero. Spike from Lockhart goes too far. Okay, so earlier there's a call that the bump from Alley was out. So 14-9, Lance is now down by 5. Blank serve is over, received by Kazemba. Set from Schambeck and spike from Schambeck. That'll go down. 15-10, Lance is now down by 4. Kazemba in for Schaller. Kazemba to serve for the Lancers. Kazemba's serve is over. Up from Hall and put over by Burns. Received by Schambeck. Up from Schambeck and spike from Oster. Blocked up from Nelner. Up from Schambeck and put over from Nelner. Received by Numero. Up from Larson and spike from Burns. Over the block. Saved by Kazemba. Up from Nelner. And Schambeck did not see the ball coming, so she is not able to put that over. 16-10. Lance is now down by 6. Burns to serve for Hudson. Serve is not over. 15-11. Lance is now down by 4. Schambeck will begin serving for the Lancers. Schambeck's serve is over. Received by Hall up from Larson. And put over from Sonnemers. Up from Larson. Set over from Sonnemers. Received by Schambeck. Set from Schambeck. And spike from Oster. Over the block but long. 16-11. Lancers now down by 5. Timeout Lancers. Hall will begin to serve after the timeout. Hall to serve. Hall serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Set from Schambeck. And spike from Nelner. Bounces along the net. Set from Schambeck and put over from Kazemba. I'm not sure that was touched, but they're going to let that go. Spike from Lockhart is long. 16-12. Lancers now lead by 4. Down by 4, sorry. Nelner to serve for the Lancers. Nauman in for Kazemba. Nelner serve is over. Saved by Sonnemers. Up from Burns. And spike from Sousa. Saved by Schambeck. Up from Schambeck. Spike from Oster. Saved by Oster. Up from Nauman and over from Kazemba. Received by Larson. Up from Burns. And running spike from Sonnemers will go down. Back corner. Kazemba in for Nelner. 17-12. Lancers down by 5. Larson to serve yet again for Hudson. That'll go into the net. 17-13. Lancers now down by 4. Oster will begin serving for the Lancers. Oster serve is over, received by Hall. Spike from Sonomers will come up short. 17-14. Lancers now down by 3. Oster to serve yet again for the Lancers. Oster serve is over, received by Larson and out. 17-15. Lancers now down by 2. Oster will continue to serve for the Lancers. Oster serve is over, received by Larson. Up from Burns and put over by Sonomers. Received by Kazemba, set by Schambeck, and spike from Nauman. That'll go down back corner. 17-16. Lancers now down by 1. Oster will continue to serve for the Lancers. Oster serve again over, this time received by Larson up from Burns, sorry. Set from Schambeck, spike from Kazemba will go down. Score now tied at 17. Lancers have made a comeback. Oster still serving. Oster serve is over, received by Larson. Up from Burns, and spike from Hall will go off the block from Nauman and down. 18-17, Lancers now down by 1. Numero will come in for Souza. Numero to serve. Numero serves over, received by Oster, set from Schambeck, and spike from Kazemba outside to go to the back corner to Larson. Set from Samero, block from Nauman. Set from Samero, spike from Burns, blocked by Nauman yet again. Nauman misses the block that time, received by Oster, set by Schambeck, tipped to the back row by Kazemba, saved there by Hall. Tipped over by Burns over the block of Nauman. Spike from Nauman, received by Larson. Spike from Burns, that'll go down. 19-17, Lancers now down to by 2. Numero to serve yet again for Hudson. Numero serve is over, received by Schambeck, set by Schambeck, and spike from Kazemba. That'll go off the block, saved there by Blank, and put over from Sonomers. Set by Schambeck, spike from Nauman. That'll go too far. 20-17, Lancers now down by 3. Timeout, Lancers. Numero serve is over. Spike from Kazemba, go off the block and out. 20-7, should be 20-18. There we go. 20-18. Lancers now down by 2. Schambeck serve for the Lancers. Schaller in for Kazemba. Schambeck serve is over, received by Larson. Spike from Blank will go into Schambeck. And Blank was in the net, possibly? I'm not entirely sure. Over the net was called. Okay. I'm not sure about that one, but 20-19. Lancers now down by 1. Schambeck to serve it again. Schambeck serve is over, received by Hall. Set from Sonomers, and spike from set from Namero, spike from Sonomers. Tipped over by Schambeck. Spike from Nauman, saved by the block. Up from Larson, and over from Namero. Received by Schambeck, set from Schaller, and tipped over by Schambeck. Saved by Hall. Up from Namero, and spike from Sonomers will go too far. Score now tied at 20. Schambeck will continue to serve for the Lancers. Schambeck's serve is over, received by Hall. Up from Namero, and spike from Somoners, received by Kazemba. Up from Schambeck, spike from Schambeck, that'll go back row to Larson. Set from Namero, and spike from Burns, received by Kazemba, set by Schambeck, and spike from Schaller off the block. Saved, lift called. 21-20, Lancers lead, I believe, for the first time this game. Schambeck still serving for the Lancers. Schambeck serve is over, received by Hall. Set from Namero, and spike from Burns to go down off the block. Score now tied at 21. Sonomers will begin to serve for Hudson. Sonomers serve is over, received by Kazemba. Up from Schambeck, and spike from Schambeck. Nice up from Larson. And put over from Namero. Received by Kazemba, set by Schambeck, spike from Schaller. Saved, but into the adjacent court it goes. 22-21. Lancers again lead by 1. Kazemba to serve for the Lancers. Nelner in for Nauman. Timeout. Hudson. And it appears that the Unity Eagles have won all the people in their pool, have beaten all the people in their pool. So they're waiting to play whoever wins between the Lancers and Hudson. So they'll be playing in the championship game, I assume, since they're already waiting in this court. So whoever wins will immediately play Unity Eagles. Score is 22-21. Lancers lead by 1. Kazemba to serve. Serve comes up short. Score now tied at 22. Lockhart will come in for Larson. Blank to serve for Hudson. Serve is over. Received by Schaller and onto the floor. That'll go. 23-22. Lancers down by 1. Blank to serve yet again for Hudson. Blank serve is over, received by Kazemba. Set from Schambeck, and spike from Schambeck will go over. Received by Blank, set from Namero. And the spike from Hall, maybe? I don't remember. Either way, it goes out. Score now tied at 23. Kazemba comes in for Schaller. Kazemba to serve for the Lancers. Kazemba serve is over. It's received by Hall, set by Namero, and spike from Sonomers will go down. 24-23. Lancers now down by 1. Hudson could do it with this one serve. Souza comes in for Namero. Burns to serve. Burns serve is over, received by Nelner. The return spike is out. Lancers just missed it there. Sorry, Hudson just missed it there. Score now tied at 24. Schambeck's serve is over, received by Larson. Set from Namero. And 2 hits. I am positive that was 2 hits on Nelner. That is definitely a 2-hit on Nelner. There's no way that's not. Okay, 25-24. Hudson leads by 1. Like, there's no way she gets away with that. Hall to serve for Hudson. Hall serves just over, saved by Kazemba, up from Schambeck, and spike from Schambeck, saved by Larson, set by Burns, spike from Sonomers, goes off the block to Kazemba, set from Schambeck, tipped over by Oster, blocked, saved by Schambeck, tipped by Burns, saved by Schambeck, up from Larson, and spike from Burns, gets blocked, saved by Burns, up from Romero, blocked by Souza, spikes is blocked. And Lockhart sends one down to the ground. 26-24 is the final score of this set. And I'll be back in approximately 3 minutes for the second and possibly final set. Hello and welcome back to the match between Eau Claire Immanuel and Lancers and Hudson. Hudson won the first set 26-24, very close game. Hudson will begin to serve for this set. If Lancers lose here, they will be done in the tournament and will place third, or tie for third. I don't remember which one it is. Either way, they'll be in third. If they win, they'll either place first or second because they'll be in the championship game after this. Spike from Oster. Nice save by Larson. Up from Burns and tipped over from Hill. Saved by Kazemba. up from Schambeck and spike from Oster off the block. Saved there by Sonomers. Spike from Sonomers goes down. No, Lockhart, sorry. Spike from Lockhart goes down. 1-0. Lancers down by 1. Burns to serve yet again for Hudson. Burns serve is over. Received by Schambeck. Set from Schambeck and bumped over from Oster. Received by Lockhart. Set from Burns and spike from Souza. Received by Kazemba. Set by Schambeck. Spike from Nelner. Saved by Souza from Larson. And spike from Hill. That are going to the net. Score now tied at 1. Schambeck will begin serving for the Lancers. Schambeck serve is over. Off of, I believe, Sonomers. But it'll go into the net off Lockhart. 2-1. Lancers lead by 1. Schambeck serve again is over. Received by Sonomers. Up from Burns. And spike from Lockhart. Nice save there by Kazemba. Up from Schambeck and spike from Oster. That'll go down off the block. 3-1. Lancers now lead by 2. Schambeck to serve it again for the Lancers. Schambeck serve is over. Received by Sonomers. Up from Larson. And bumped over from Lockhart. Received by Kazemba. Set from Schambeck. Spike from Oster. Saved by Larson. Up from Burns. And the spike from Gunderson will come up short. 4-1. Lancers now lead by 3. Schambeck still serving for the Lancers. It's the greatest lead the Lancers have had in the past. Well, in playing Hudson anyway. Schambeck serve is over. Received by Gunderson. Up from Burns. And the tip from... I'm not sure what number that is. Oh, she said it's 13. I thought it said 12, and I was like, I don't have a 12. 5-1. Lancers now lead by 4. Schambeck continuing to serve. Schambeck serve again over, just out. 5-2. Lancers now lead by 3. Blank to serve for Hudson. Or is it Gunderson? It's really hard to tell. Gunderson it is. Okay. Received by Schambeck, set by Schambeck, spike from Oster. Saved, tipped over by Lockhart, saved by Kazemba from Schambeck and over. Down that goes. Nice play by Schambeck. 6-2. Lancers now lead by 4. Kazemba comes in for Nauman. Nelner to serve for the Lancers. Nelner serve is over. Received by Larson. Set from Burns and tipped over from Sonomers. I don't remember. Spike from Oster. Up from Gunderson. Set from Burns. Tipped over by Lockhart. Blocked from Nauman and to go down. Anyway, 2 hits called on Burns. So 7-2. Lancers now lead by 5. Nelner will continue to serve for the Lancers. Nelner serve is over. Received by Gunderson. Up from Burns and spike from Lockhart. Will go into the block of Nauman. However, to fall down short on Nauman. 7-3. Lancers now lead by 4. Kazemba in for Nelner. And Larson will begin serving for Hudson. First serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Set by Schambeck and spike from Nauman gets blocked. Kazemba just in the wrong position to receive that. It's off by an inch or 2. 7-4. Lancers now lead by 3. Larson will continue to serve for Hudson. Serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Set from Schambeck and spike from Nauman. That won't go over. 7-5. Lancers now lead by 2. Larson will continue to serve for Hudson. Larson serve again over, this time received by Kazemba. Set by Schambeck, spike from Schambeck. Off the block, saved by Schambeck, tipped over by Nauman, received by Blank. Set by Burns, spike from Sonomers, received by Kazemba, up from Schambeck. Up from Kazemba, spike from Oster gets blocked. Spike again from Oster, received by Larson. Spike over from Souza, received by Kazemba, up from Shambek, spike from Shambek. Through the block and down. 8-5. Lancers now lead by 3. Oster to serve for the Lancers. Oster serve is over, received by Gunderson, up from Larson. And a spike from Sonomers will go to Shambek. Spike from Nauman, blocked. Received by Oster, set by Shambek. Spike from Kazemba. That'll go to the back row to Gunderson, set by Burns. Spike from Blank gets blocked by Nauman. 9-5. Lancers now lead by 4. Oster will continue to serve for the Lancers. Oster serve is over. Nice save by Larson, up from Burns, and spike from Sonomers. That'll get blocked by Nauman and again go down. 10-5. Lancers now lead by 5. Both teams, I think, have played 3 matches in a row, so they're both extremely tired. Oster serve is over and in. 11-5. Lancers now lead by 6. Oster continuing to serve. Timeout. Hudson. Yeah, both teams a little bit out of it during this match. Both have played 3 matches before this in a row. At the minimum, 2 matches before this in a row. So, kind of just running on vapors at this point. It's amazing they're still playing this well. Eleven to 5. Lancers lead by 6. Oster to serve for the Lancers. Oster serve is over. Nice up from Larson. Set from Burns. Spike from Blank gets blocked. And down it goes. 12-5. Lancers now lead by 7. Oster will continue to serve for the Lancers. Oster serve now comes up short. And Hudson gets a break. 12-6. Lancers now lead by 6. Numero comes in for Souza. Numero to serve. Numero serve is over. Received by Kazemba and lift called. 12-7. Lancers now lead by 5. Numero will continue to serve for Hudson. Her serve comes up short. 13-7. Lancers lead by 6. Shambek to serve for the Lancers. Schaller in for Kazemba. So apparently the Eagles are not already in the tournament. They do have to play one more game. So their game just didn't go as quick as Hudson's and the Lancers 2 games before that. So they're still playing over there. Blocked twice from Nauman. And then the third one was a spike that went just too far. 13-8. Lancers now lead by 5. So the Unity Eagles will be playing. I can't read where they're from, but it's the Spirits. Serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Up from Shambek. Spike from Oster. That'll go back row. Received by Sonomers. Up from Burns. And a spike from Gunderson will go to Shambek. Up by Shambek. Spike from Shambek. Through the block and down. 14-8. Lancers now lead by 6. Nelner in for Nauman. Kazemba to serve. Kazemba serve is over. Received by Larson. Up from Sonomers and over from Gunderson. Received by Oster. Set by Shambek. Spike from Shambek. I go to Gunderson. Set by Sonomers. And nobody there to get that. Miscommunication. Nobody there to spike it. There was a set, however. 15-8. Lancers now up by 7. Kazemba still serving. Kazemba serve over. Received by Larson. Set from Sonomers. Spike from Gunderson will go to Shambek. Kazemba. Set by Shambek. Spike from Shambek. Nice save. Free ball received by Kazemba, up by Schambeck. Spike from Nelner will go down off the block. 16-8. Lancers now lead by 8. Kazemba still serving. Kazemba's serve is over. Set from Sonomers and spike from Larson, received by Oster. Set over from Schambeck will go too far. 16-9. Lancers lead by 7. Sonomers, no, sorry, blank to serve for Hudson. Blank serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Set from Schambeck. Spike from Schambeck. Go along the nets and fall down at the very edge. 17-9. Lancers lead by 8. Kazemba in for Schaller. Kazemba to serve for the Lancers. Kazemba's serve is over. Set from Numero. Spike from Summoners, saved by Kazemba from Schambeck. Blocked by Lockhart and Burns. They win the interaction at the net with Nelner. 17-10, Lancers now lead by 7. Souza will come in for Numero, and Burns will begin to serve for Hudson. Burns' serve is over, saved by Schambeck. Put over by Oster, received by, I can't read the number. Spike from Lockhart, goes off the block, received by Kazemba up from Schambeck. Spike from Oster will hit back line. 18-10, Lancers now lead by 8. Schambeck will begin to serve for the Lancers. Schambeck serve is over, received by Gunderson. Spike from Lockhart will go off Oster and out. 18-11, Lancers now lead by 7. Gunderson will begin to serve for Hudson. Gunderson serves over, received by Kazemba from Schambeck. Spike from Kazemba back row will come up short. 18-12, Lancers now lead by 6. Gunderson to serve, yet again for Hudson. Hudson slowly making a comeback. Hudson serve is over, received by Oster and out. 18-13, Lancers now lead by 5. Gunderson continuing to serve. Hudson fans gaining some hope. Gunderson serve is over, received by Kazemba up from Schambeck. Spike from Schambeck will go off the net. Saved there by Burns. Spike from Lockhart will hit back line. 18-14, Lancers now lead by 4. Timeout, Lancers. (18-14) to score. Lancers lead by 4. Gunderson will continue to serve for Hudson. Gunderson serve is over. Received by Kazemba, up by Schambeck. Put over by Oster. 2 hits called on Schambeck. 18-15. Lancers now down by leading by 3. Gunderson to serve for Hudson. Gunderson serve again over. Received by Kazemba. Set from Schambeck. Spike from Oster off the block. Saved by Larson. Up from Burns. And spike from Lockhart. That'll go into the net. 19-15. Lancers now lead by 4. Nelner will begin to serve for the Lancers. Nauman in for Kazemba. Nelner serve does not get over. Something the Lancers cannot afford late here in the game. Kazemba comes in for Nelner. And Larson will begin to serve for Hudson. Larson serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Up from Shambek. And set over from Shambek. Received by Burns. Set from Larson. And the spike from Sommoners will go into the net. 20-16. Lancers up by 4. Oster to serve for the Lancers. Neither side can afford any mistakes. Oster serve is over. Received by Larson. Set by Burns. Spike from Souza. Received by Kazemba. Set by Shambek. Spike from Kazemba. Off the block and out. 21-16. Lancers now up by 5. Oster continuing to serve for the Lancers. And timeout. Hudson. Hudson won by a narrow margin the first set. Lancers now leading by 5 here, hoping to take this game and sending it into a third set. It is incredible how these teams are still playing this well. They've been here since as early as 7:30 this morning. Sometimes a few teams earlier because they had to play at 7:30. And they're still playing now. They've played probably 7 or 8 matches, which means 16 sets at the very least. Anywhere between 16 and 24 sets on the day. And they're still playing. That is insane. (21-16). Lancers lead by 5. Oster's serve is over. Received by Larson. Up from Burns. Tipped over by Sonnemers. Received by Oster. Set by Shambek. Spike from Naumann, and that'll go down. 22-16. Lancers now up by 6. Oster still serving. And I can't see who that is. I believe it's Helterband, and she comes in for Sonnemers. Sonnemers has been in this whole game. She has to be tired. Oster serve is over. Received by Gunderson. Set by Burns. Spike from Gunderson. Received by Kazemba. Up from Naumann. 2 hits called on Naumann. She regretted that as soon as she hit it. You could see it in her face. She wanted to spike it instead. 22-17. Lancers now up by 5. Numero comes in for Souza Numero to serve for Hudson. Numero serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Set from Shambek. Spike from Kazemba. That'll go over. Received by Larson. Set from Numero. Spike from Burns. Received by Oster. Set from Shambek. Spike from Oster. Back row goes off the block and down. 23-17. Lancers up by 6. Schaller coming in for Kazemba. Now Shambek to serve. Lancers look like they might pull this one out of the bag. Okay, so the line judge isn't ready. Schaller in for Kazemba. Shambek to serve. 23-17. Lancers lead by 6. Shambek serves over. Received by Gunderson. Set by Numero. Spike from Burns is too far. 24-17. Lancers now leading by 7. Winning seems inevitable. Shambek serve is over. Off Sonnemers, up from Larson and over from Numero. Received by Kazemba, set by Shambek. Spike from Naumann will go down. 25-17. And Lancers will take this into set 3. Well played on both sides. And this is going to be an exciting third match to see who goes to the championship. Meet you in 3 minutes for the third and final set. I am back for the third and final set between the Eau Claire Lutheran Lancers and Hudson. This set determines who will go to the championship today and end the day off with either a win in the championship or to take second place. It's been a hard-fought battle between both teams. Hudson winning the first set by 2. Lancers winning the next set by, I believe, 7 or 8. Lancers hoping to take this one. Hudson hoping to take this one. This game goes to 15. Schernbeck to serve for the Lancers. Schernbeck's serve is over but out. And Hudson starts with a much-needed break from last game, up 1-0. Sonemers will begin to serve for Hudson. Her serve is over, received by Kazemba, set from Schernbeck, spike from Nelner. They go through the block, received by Sonemers, up from Burns, and tipped over by Gunderson. Schernbeck there to cover, set from Schernbeck and spike from Oster, opposite side. They go off. Sonemers and down. Sorry, Burns and down. Score now tied at 1. Nauman in for Kazemba. Nelner will begin to serve for the Lancers. Nelner serves over, and that'll fall short of, or fall at the feet of Larson. Ace, I believe that's the first ace actually in this whole match. 2-1, Lancers lead. Nelner serve again over. Set from Burns, spike from Lockhart will go down off the block. She read Nauman's lips there. She said she was really close to getting that on their side. Kazemba comes in for Nelner. Score tied at 2. Sonemers to serve. Oh, sorry. Larson to serve for Hudson. Serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Set from Schernbeck. Spike from Oster. Saved by Burns. Up from Larson. And spike from Sonemers. Saved by Kazemba. Nobody there to get that, though. Oster was running around the bleachers at that point, but it would have been called out anyway, too far out. 4-2. Lancers now down by 2. Larson continuing to serve for Hudson. Her serve is over. Received by Kazemba, into the adjoining court it goes. Stops play over there. 5-2. Lancers now down by 3. Larson still serving for Hudson. Lancers need to make something happen now, otherwise it's never going to. Or it might be too late. Larson serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Up from Schernbeck. Up from Kazemba and over from Kazemba. Free ball set from Oster. Set from Schernbeck. Tipped over by Nauman. Just saved there by Gunderson. Up from Burns. And spike from Souza gets blocked by Oster. 4-3. Lancers now down by 1. Schernbeck will begin serve. No, sorry. Not Schernbeck. Oster will begin serving for the Lancers. Oster serves over. Received by Larson. Up from Burns. And spike from Gunderson. Nice up there from Kazemba. Tipped over by Nauman. And that'll go down. Nauman's surprised that one went down. 4-4. Oster to serve yet again for the Lancers. Oster serve is over. Larson gets that up from Burns and over from Sonemers. Set from Schernbeck. Spike from Nauman and it goes down. 5-4. Lancers now lead by 1. Oster to serve yet again for the Lancers. And if Lancers score 2 more in a row, I'm going to call that they're going to call a timeout. It's just a prediction. Oster serve is over. Received by Larson. Spike from Souza will get blocked. Nice up there from Schernbeck. Set from Nauman. Set over from Schernbeck. Saved up from Burns. Spike from Gunderson is blocked. Saved by Kazemba. Up from Schernbeck. And set over from Kazemba. Received by Burns. Up from Larson. Put over by Sonemers. Received by Oster. Set from Schernbeck. Spike from Schernbeck. Back row. Off the block. And will go down. 6-4. Lance is now up by 2. Oster still serving for the Lancers. Oster serve is over. Received by Larson. Out of the back it goes. 7-4. Lancers now lead by 3. Will they call a timeout, though? Oh. My prediction wasn't right. Oster serve just comes up short. 7-5. Lancers now lead by 2. Souza to serve for Hudson. Souza serves just over. Nice up there from Kazemba. Put over by Nauman. Nauman and Schembeck run into each other. Set by Arndt. Put over. Arndt. Oh, my goodness. It's been a long day. Set from Kazemba. Set by Schembeck. Spike from Kazemba. Let her go back row. Just in. Nice spot. 8-5. Lancers now lead by 3. Discussions being made. Not sure about what, though. And they're going to call a ref over. Okay, so a player has to use the restroom. They're just asking to pause time, I think. So we're going to wait for her to come back, I guess. 8-5, Lancers lead by 3. Schaller will come in for Kazemba when they get back. And Schembeck will begin serving also when they get back. It's a little bit of a weird request, but I've never actually seen that before. I wonder if they're going to count that as a timeout call. Yeah. Okay, so they're going to count it as a timeout for Hudson, which makes sense. But it's going to be a longer timeout. And she's back. 8-5. Lancers now lead by 3. Schembeck to serve for the Lancers. Schembeck serve is over. Received by Sonemers. Whoops. Ball comes into our court, so reserve. 8-5. Lancers lead by 3. Schembeck to reserve. Schembeck serve is just over. Saved by Sonemers. Up from Burns. Spike from Gunderson goes in the block of Nauman. 9-5. Lancers now lead by 4. Lancers need 6 more to take this game. Schembeck to serve. Schembeck serve is over. Just off the net. Played well there by Jorgensen. Jorgensen will put it over. Received by Schembeck. Set by Schembeck. Spike from Nauman. Off the block. Received by Sonemers. Up from Burns. Spike from Blank will go out. 10-5. Lancers lead by 5. Only need 5 more to go. That's a lot of 5s. And Schembeck will begin serving for the Lancers. Continue to serve, sorry. Schembeck serve is over. Received by Larson. Up from Burns. Put over by Larson. Received by Oster. Set from Schembeck. Spike from Schembeck. Opposite side. Goes off the block. Unable to put it over is Blank. And down it'll fall, 11-5. Lancers now lead by 6. Schambeck still serving. Hudson losing hope. Schambeck serve over. Just in! Ace! Second one of the whole entire match. 12-5. Lancers now up by 7. And a timeout from Hudson. Twelve to 5. Lancers lead by 7. Schambeck serving. Schambeck serve is over. Received by Sonomers. Up from Burns. Tipped over by Gunderson. Received by Schambeck. Set from Schaller. Tipped over by Schambeck. Saved off the block by Kazemba. Up by Schambeck. Spike from Schambeck. Saved by Gunderson. Tipped over by Burns, and that'll go down. Much needed point for Hudson. 12 to 6. Lancers lead by 6. The first time in a while, Hudson will begin serving. They're all deciding on who's serving, though. There we go. Gunderson to serve. Gunderson serve is over. Received by Schaller. Up from Schambeck. Spike from Schambeck. Off the block and out! 13 to 6. Lancers up by 7. Kazemba to serve. Kazemba serve is over. Received by Gunderson. Up from Burns. Tipped over by Blank. Received by Schambeck. Up from Schaller. Tipped over by Nelner. Up from Blank. Up from Burns. Spike from Sonomers. Received by Kazemba. Up from Schambeck. Spike from Schambeck. Off the block. Saved there by Blank. Up from... oh, I don't know her name. Jorgensen, I believe. Set by Schambeck. Spike from Schambeck. Off the block. Received by Kazemba. Set from Schambeck. Spike from Schaller. Off the block. Received by Schambeck. Nope, in the net. Okay, 4 hits. 13-7. Lancers still lead by 6. And Blank will begin to serve for Hudson. Blank serve is over. Received by Kazemba. And on the floor, they say. 13-8. Lancers now lead by 5. Hudson slowly making a comeback. Lancers only need 2, though. Blank to serve. Blank serve is over. Foot fault. 14-8. Lancers lead by 6. 1 more to take match and set and go to the championship. Kazemba in for Schaller. Kazemba to serve. Hudson knows they cannot make 1 mistake. Kazemba serve is over. Received by Gunderson. Up from Burns. Spike from Lockhart will go down. Flawlessly executed. 14-9. Lancers lead by 5. Pressure is still on Hudson, though. They need to do 5 more consecutively to tie it, and then to be safe, actually. Burns serve is over. Received by Nelner. Up from Schambeck. Spike from Kazemba. That'll go to Larson. Spike from Lockhart will go off the block and down. 14-10. Lancers up by 4. Burns to serve yet again for Hudson. Burns serve is over. Received by Kazemba. Tipped over by Schambeck. Saved by Larson. Over the net called. It was a tip from our side. Not sure about that one, but 14-11. Lancers now lead by 3. Burns to serve. Nerves spreading around. Burns serve goes into the net. And Burns knows that that was it. Lancers come back to take this one 15-11, winning by 4, and they will go on to the championship to play their 9th match for today, I believe. Oof. It'll be like anywhere between 18 and 27 sets on the day. That is insane. So we'll be back in probably 15, no, probably 30 minutes because this side still is playing to see who's going to the championship. So we'll either be playing the Eagles or the Spirits. I'm not sure who won the first set, but this is the second set now and it's tied at 0. So we'll be back in 15 to 30 minutes, most likely 30, for the championship match. See you then.